Question 5, I really enjoyed this question. Basically, we've got all of this with sine and cosines, and we have to find the exact value. Okay, so what that means is you're not going to be rounding. You could probably write in like some sort of surd form or some sort of fraction form of tan x. Now, immediately, because I see tan x and sine and cosines, I'm going to write this down. So tan of x, well, that's equal to the sine of x. So it's identical, sorry, to the cos of x. Right, so let's write this out. So 2 sine x plus 2 cos x is equal to sine x plus 5 cos x. Okay, so, way back when with basic equations, you had a bracket, you generally expanded it. So let's do that. So it's 2 sine x's plus 4 cos x, and that's equal to sine of x plus 5 cos x. Now let's see if there's any like terms. Well, there are. Right, so we can collect like terms here. So 2 sine x, take away a sine x. Well, that's just 1 sine x. And let's collect them all on the left-hand side. So we take away this 5 cos x. We're going to have minus a cos x. Right, so this is where it can get a little bit tricky. So this is what you have to think about. So to find tan of x, it has to be sine divided by cos. So we need to divide this by cos. Now, because it's equal to 0, that's easy, because whatever we do to that side is going to be equal to 0. So if we think about dividing this whole thing by cos theta, and I'll write that in here. So that's going to be divided by cos theta, sorry, x in this case. So's that. So's that. Right, that's going to give me tan, because here, sine x over cos x is tan x. Cos x divided by cos x, well, that's 1, because they cancel each other out, and that's just going to be 0. So tan of x, what happened there? Let's rub those out. Give me the rubber. Tan x is equal to 1. Oh, I messed up my x. There you go. So that's an exact value. So that's part A done. So I'm going to do part A on a different screen because it's pretty big. Right, so I'm just going to rewrite this actually, guys. So I'm going to pause it quickly. Right, so the first time you look at this, you think, what a mess. But we've got to, again, get tan of y and tan of x, okay? So express tan y in terms of tan x. So it'll be tan y equals something something tan x, okay? So, wow. Let's deal with the x's. You'll see that there are sine x's and sine y's scattered all over the place. So to make this a tan, we're going to have to divide this one by cos of x. Now, if you divide everything, let's write it nicely, okay? So I'm going to do this. I generally would normally do this part in my head. But it's fine to write it down. Okay, so the first one. Sine x divided by cos x, that's tan x. So that'd be tan x cos y. You think about it, that's just the basic rule. So a lot of people say, well, why is there not cos x under here? This is one term and it's being divided. So you don't divide it twice when there's only one term on the top. Let's do the same here. So we've got cos x divided by cos x. Well, they're going to cancel each other out. All right, so that's going to be 3 sine y equals. So here I'm going to get my tan x. So it's 2 tan x sine y. These cos x's are cancel, so minus 4 cos y. All right, so we've got to get tan y as well. So if you divided by cos y, then you're going to get that same thing, because sine y divided by cos y is going to be tan y. So I'm going to divide everything now by cos of y. I'm going to write that in. divided by cos y. Sorry, that's very lazy of me. That should be all the way across there. Okay, so let's fill this one in. Okay, so they're going to cancel. That leaves me with tan x. That's going to give me 3 tan y. This is 2 tan x tan y. It's going to get a bit interesting in a minute. And these cancel out, so that's going to be 4. Right, so express tan y. So we want to get tan y on one side and tan x is on the other side. But this is like rearranging when you have to factorize because it's in 2 terms. You can't just collect these 2 terms because there's also a tan x in it. So let's get tan y's on the left. So I'm going to have 3 tan y minus 2 tan x tan y. And that's going to be equal to minus 4 minus tan x. So just simply rearrange that. So now I need to get tan y on its own. Okay, so let's factorize for tan y. So it's going to be 3, that makes my 3 tan y, minus 2 tan x. And that's equal to exactly the same thing. I'm not touching this side. So now to get tan y on its own, you're just going to divide because that's being multiplied. So minus 4 minus tan x all over 3 minus 2 tan x. Now, if you had collected it on the other side, you'll probably found the signs all switched. So you'd have 4 plus tan x divided by 2 tan x minus 3. That's exactly the same thing.